Botani Bapulapuli, and welcome to the second episode of Patterns, the book series podcast. Join me as we uproot generational issues and we just analyze the elements that make up patterns in our lives. This is a 7-episode series for the 7 chapters of the book. Today, we look at chapter 3, titled The Mind of the One Who Writes. As you know, in the segment, we read just a part of that chapter and then we carry on with our conversation. The mind of the one who writes. It is in the knowing of what I ought to do, but delay doing, that got me to postpone all my appointments with the keyboard. It is in the procrastinating and avoidance that I tend to pursue all things but the detangling of the multicolored pieces of words in my head and lay them into sentences and stanzas. The discomfort is that of a daily heartburn that you fix with a dose of alkaline medicine. You eventually learn to live with it. You even know the limit of your spice intake, dabbling around the threshold just to see how much of it you can get away with. Then a day comes. The pain just stays and demands serious attention. The excruciating pain of resisting to be. In this chapter, I write about myself. I share a piece of me within the book. The chapter prompts the reader to get into the mind of the author. How I came about writing this chapter, I was challenged. I didn't want to write. I didn't want to write this book. I was so challenged. And it came about that I wanted to ask the reader, do you know what writers go through? Have you ever thought that I'm enjoying this piece of writing? I wonder where the author was. I wonder where the mind space of the author is or was at the moment. The environment. What made them know such things? What prompted such knowledge? Especially knowledge that you put on paper. The chapter also looks into our gifts, our talents, and how hard it is right now based on the overwhelming information that we get from all over, especially the internet. How it's hard to be authentic, how it's hard to actually be yourself. Everything is just influenced. You question yourself even. You question your talents. You question where you are. In the frequency of living as your untamed self, my guest today is just that. A wonderful woman who is a ray of sunshine to many. Besides her profession, besides her being well-rounded, well-known in the industry as well, from the youth's perspective, she is an anchor. I'd love to introduce someone who's so warm, someone who is joyful, someone who can dance if she can. Just because she can at whatever time she chooses to. Welcome, Catherine Grenfell.
Thank you so much for having me. What a beautiful, I got so teary. Just a beautiful introduction and just a beautiful piece of your book. So yes. Oh, gosh.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. You're well known as Kath.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Those who know you, they say Kath.
Yes, yeah. Most people say Kath. Mm-hmm. I always used to say that when my mom was cross with me, she would say Catherine, because it's quite like stern. But I love Catherine or Kath. Yeah, they're both very strong, beautiful names. I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just so honored to have you here. You carry a quiet power.
Thank you.
You radiate joy.
Thank you. It's been a long journey for me to get to this place. I have always been a strong woman and very proud of who I am. There have definitely been a lot of learning curves along the way, choosing wrong partners perhaps that sort of took me off my path. But with that, learning that there is positivity to everything. I was very blessed with beautiful children. And I think the big thing is to learn as you go, making it stronger, making yourself stronger. And then eventually getting to that point where I'm not influenced by the world around me.
Yeah.
I want to live my truth. I want to spread joy. I want to be a reminder to people that you can be all of those things. That finding your inner joy and loving yourself completely and utterly is the most amazing gift that you can give yourself. So it's been a long journey, and I think it's just so fitting that I am turning 50 in a month.
Oh,
and I have reached this truly incredible space in my life. I have done so many amazing things. I really have. I am so beyond grateful for the life that I've had, the career paths that I've had, from being on radio to teaching students at different institutions. And that's just such a special reminder, is that in the last few years, I have seen so many of my students, and they've sent me these messages with their gratefulness for me being a part of their life and a part of their journey, even if it was for just a snippet of time. And what more could we ask for in life than to live your truth and be inspirational and share your knowledge and dance in your kitchen whenever you can, because music and dancing is one of the most incredible things that you can do for yourself. So yes, this beautiful journey, and then also being able to go to places and meet amazing people. I mean, I got to meet you when you were launching your book, and I was so inspired. Just the braveness of doing it on your own and following it through. And look at us, here we are.
here we are.
You're doing a podcast.
Sure,
How amazing.
you are so amazing. You are one of the people who just poured into me, because after my presentation at the book club, you just poured into me. You poured into me positivity. You uplifted me. You encouraged me to continue. And for that, I will never forget you. I am so grateful as well. And with the encounters, it's not just the encounter from the book launch. The encounter I have with you when you randomly post on a Tuesday on social media, you DJing, how lively you are, or you in your kitchen dancing, or just pictures of nature, your cats, your baking. You are living life. and you are living it to the fullest. Hence, I wanted to ask, how did you get to the point of defying the odds? How did you get to the point of living and living fully?
So a few years ago, I think it was just after COVID, well, I mean, the big lockdown. So I think it was 2021, end of 2021. I had taken a book out of my book club library, and it was called The Choice by Edith Eger. And I still owe you a copy because I had said I was going to send you one. My daughter stole that copy because she was so desperate to read it.
Okay.
But I haven't forgotten. She's going to read it, and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
And this incredible woman, she was in the concentration camps in World War II, and she survived. And her message was just truly hit home in terms of, I have never been through anything like she went through. Never, ever, ever. There's not many people that have. And how she came out so positively and wanted to live her life to the fullest and be an inspiration. And it just triggered a huge change in my life in terms of looking at what is around me, noticing it, because we could be completely oblivious and walking down the street, and we are missing out on a little plant that has pushed its way up through the cracks in the concrete or in the tar. And what an amazing life lesson to just see that, you know, that little plant has the strength to push through the cracks in cement or the tar, etc. And so I started really taking note of what was happening around me. Just certain things that where you just stop and in that moment have a look and take the time to absorb that moment and the beauty that is around us. So that was such a huge thing for me, that as well as I then started on a massive self-love and self-care journey. And it was this unconditional love for myself, a lot of forgiveness. Because as we go on our life's journey, sometimes we know that we've hurt people. Sometimes we know that we've done something that was in our own best interests and not thinking about anybody else. Sometimes we've unintentionally hurt other people. And so it was a very big thing for me to forgive myself. I did a lot of asking for forgiveness from certain people, sending messages saying that I acknowledged that what I'd done hurt them. And that was such an incredible release. Number one, the release of asking for forgiveness. And sometimes you know that that person might not receive it as you had pictured it. Sometimes you can just ask them for forgiveness through being on your own and sending that energy out into the universe. And then just asking yourself for forgiveness. And I think that through that journey and letting go of that, and then letting go of anger that I felt towards certain people. I do these amazing little burn ceremonies where sometimes I don't even know what I want to write, but I know that I need to release things. And I'll just sit and I'll write on a piece of paper. And whether it's intentional or just a scribble, sometimes things come up, sometimes names come up. And I take all of that anger and hurt, whatever those emotions are, I put it onto that piece of paper. And I just sit with it for a bit. And I say, it is like, it's done. It's finished. I'm releasing this, and I don't need this anymore in my life. And then I will burn the piece of paper. I've got this beautiful bowl that I made in pottery that I use.
Okay.
I burn the piece of paper, and I sit and I really watch it burn, because I think that that's a very important part of the journey. And it's so beautiful to watch something burn. Fire is such a magnificent thing to watch. Burn that piece of paper, and then I add it to some water and I give it back to Mother Earth. And in that experience, the release that I have, because often we will find that we hold on to hurt and anger.
Yeah.
That person that we're angry with is oblivious. They're living their best lives there, and we're sitting with all of this. And so to release that is just the most magnificent thing. So it's been, we're now in 2026, so it's been a 5-year journey of really loving myself, forgiving, letting go, and getting to the point where I want to post about my gratitude. I want people to just look at it and go, maybe if I walk past that little dandelion that's pushing through the tar, I'll comprehend how incredible that is, and just have a moment of blocking out this rush that is life, because life is hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm posting all of these things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for those because I'm alive.
Yes.
And you know, there have been parts in my life where it has been extremely hard, really, really hard. But I'm also like just a reminder that I can acknowledge that, the hardship that I've been through, but also know that there are numerous people out there that have it way, way, way harder than I do. So not taking away, not like constantly thinking that everyone else has it hard, so that you're sitting with, because that can also be very overwhelming, especially in a time like now when there's so many people that don't have jobs and that are going through such hardship. But just honoring what we have, what I have, and being grateful for it, I just think is so important. So yeah, I think that the posts that I started putting out was just to inspire, just for someone to stop and go, sure, you know, I can actually be grateful for a few things. So yes, that's part of this journey.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was so important. It was important especially for you to share it with us.
Yeah.
Because as the receivers, we just receive this energy, we receive this beaming light, this warmth, this radiant joy from you. But you sharing that is actually enlightening us that it takes work.
Absolutely.
It takes intent.
Yeah.
You're so big on energy. I was listening to your masterclass.
Yes.
And you said you just got a job by saying, I'm going to bring in positive energy.
Ah, yes.
I'm going to bring in positive. Like,
absolutely.
what are you going to bring to this company? What are you bringing into this organization? And you're like, positive energy.
Yeah.
I love how you also are subconsciously actually, or underlying in what you're saying, you're actually telling us about letting energy flow.
Yes.
You do feel the hurt.
Yeah.
You do feel the pain.
Yeah.
You do feel the disappointment. You do feel it all.
Yeah.
But the outlet, how you let it out, you intentionally create an environment where you can let it out. That's why we are receivers of your joy, your smiles, your happiness. It's because you have an outlet. Yeah. It's good to feel. I love saying it. It's good to feel, and it's correct to feel. Feelings are important.
Absolutely.
Because feelings are information.
Yeah.
But what you do with that information is also important. I'd love for us to actually just do something special today.
Yes.
Please tell me the biggest 5 points from the 5 decades of your life. So you'll choose. I
Okay.
won't say you pointed at 10, 20, no, but your biggest 5 points. Today we're celebrating life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it just happened that I'm just like, actually, let's celebrate life. Let us just celebrate life today. So the 5 points for the 5 decades.
So I think for the first 10 years, I'm going to just highlight 2 things that just immediately came to mind. Was number 1, learning to read was such a huge thing for me. I devoured books. Absolutely loved it. I learned to read at actually quite an early age. Loved reading. And also I had 2 imaginary friends when I was little. I can still picture them in my mind.
Yeah.
And having the confidence to have those 2 imaginary friends and speak to people about it. I'm also very grateful that my parents gave me that freedom.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes parents will think that you're crazy.
Yeah.
But that just really keeping, and the books that I loved was, books that just sparked your imagination. So I think that first 10 years is about imagination.
Okay.
Not only my imaginary friends, but the books and just getting into that space. The second decade, so I think that was where I was also really, music was playing a very, very big part in my life. But I also remember just noticing around me who was in my space and what people were saying to other people, and making sure that you knew what was right and what was wrong.
Okay.
And I mean, it's just like such a vivid image in my mind right now of someone that was being ugly to someone else in class and calling them out on that. I think that's standing up for others when they perhaps are unable to, or just knowing that's right and wrong. And then in the next decade was having 2 of my children. I'm trying to do maths here.
That's in your 20s.
Yes, in my 20s.
Okay.
I had my 2 sons, and the beautiful joy that they brought me, but also the hardship I struggled with being with a partner that wasn't the right person for me. And I started in radio in that time, which completely pushed me on a different trajectory. I had studied lighting and sound at Pretoria Tech, at Tshwane Tech, and it was totally different. And I think that lesson for that time was opening up doors, and looking into that door and going, I'm going to take that chance. I have no idea about radio. What is this person talking about? But I'm going to take the leap and do it. So quite a bit that happened there, but I think that would be being brave in that time frame. And then I think in my 40s was the next decade was standing up for what I believe in. There were lots of things that were happening at where I was working. And really putting myself first, I think, was such a big thing. But those were all lessons that I had to learn. When I left certain jobs, I didn't have a backup plan. I just knew that what was happening went against what I morally believed in. And so I think that for me, maybe that was like the self-love, self-care journey of really putting myself first and morally standing up for what I believed in. And I think that that is something that will, it will go with me for the rest of my life is, So I think that those are just some of the things that just popped into my mind now with this journey. And I think I'm going to take all of those times and what I've learned through now into, I feel like, my beautiful goddess era.
Okay.
Of moving into my 50s and really being conscious of what I've learned.
Yeah.
And just taking the joy and the gratitude and what I've learned into this new phase of my life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so beautiful. I love every step of your journey because it was actually necessary.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was actually necessary for you to be who you are right now.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to try. You just are.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
You just carry it. And that's Kath.
Yeah.
And that's Kath. What would you say to young people, even adults actually? What would you say to somebody who actually wants to live their lives authentically, with no shame? People who yearn to carry these stories, like you do. It takes bravery. It takes so much work. How would you encourage somebody who'd like to take that path of finally being alive in this lifetime?
I think, something that we often forget because we are so surrounded by social media and what others are doing, and you want what they have. I think such an important thing to remember is that there is not one human being on this planet that's like you. You are your own individual, magical self. And to remember that and to be proud of that is so important. Because I can promise you now that the person that you are aspiring to be, like that you see on social media, they're wanting other things and they're wanting to be other people. And they are looking at other people. And they're like every single, I constantly see how people are just losing who they are because they're trying to copy everyone else. I remember teaching when I was teaching radio, saying if you are going to be like someone else, then what makes you stand out? Why would they choose you if you want to be like someone else? Because you're copying them. So I think that is just a really big thing, is be proud of who you are. Own who you are. You can be outspoken. You can stand up for what you believe in. I always just feel that like being kind about things is such an important part. Being kind is one of the greatest values that you can have. So for me, own it. Own who you are. Be proud of that authentic self and really, really and truly begin to love yourself. I can honestly say that once you love yourself, you don't feel so alone.
Yes.
I've been single. I was single for so long, and on this journey, just knowing that I didn't actually need anybody else because I had me, and I loved me. I loved doing stuff. I still love doing things on my own. I absolutely love it. I'll go and do a walk or an art tour or whatever, and do it on my own because I'm enjoying being with me and my thoughts. Obviously, I'll meet people along the way. But it's just such an important thing to, be proud of who you are. Love who you are. Love your authentic self. grow all of those things that you can be truly proud of yourself. So that's a big thing, and I think it's for anybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely anyone. Because that in turn creates braveness, which creates like that you are ready for the next journey and you are ready for the next adventure, which is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. As you're saying that, I just wanted to add and some commentary in terms of how I view somebody finally living life and loving themselves. I think the first point is actually what you said, self-forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because there's so much self-judgment that we actually project. So there's this saying that how you judge others says a lot about how you judge yourself, how you view yourself. It's not about other people most of the time. So that inner work, that excruciating pain of facing even your vices.
Yeah. Sure.
Because you need to overcome them.
Yeah.
It's not a masquerade that you need to put on and say, I'm Nhlanhla and I'm authentic now. I'm an authentic girl and that's me. You can't do that because it will not be within your core.
Yeah.
It's core work that you need to do for you to actually just gradually now love yourself. You need to love your mistakes.
Yes.
You need to accept your mistakes and your failures. And I love how you started off by saying you ask for forgiveness where you can.
Absolutely.
Because there's no perfect being. And when you start realizing that not everything I do is perfect.
Yeah.
And we are here as a community to be with one another as human beings.
Yeah.
And we need each other for there to be that balance in our lives. I feel like that those are the important steps that one needs to take in terms of self-forgiveness first and seeking for forgiveness as well.
Yeah.
And having a way to purge the energy that you don't want to withhold.
Yeah.
The energy that you don't want to be carrying. Find a way to purge it.
Yeah.
So already we've just learned a lot by just your life's journey and who you are. I'd love to just finally just ask, like, how does it feel to be a DJ? How does it feel to just go wherever you want in terms of festivals and music festivals, enjoy yourself and dance and be alive? How does it feel? Like every other Tuesday you're on the decks and there's people dancing on the dance floor. Like how does it feel?
I think that one of the most incredible things in life is music. Because number one, it doesn't matter if you can't play an instrument. It doesn't matter if you don't understand the language that's being sung. You can feel music inside your being, inside your soul, inside. And to be able to play something when I'm DJing or go to a music festival and experience music is one of the greatest gifts. It really is. To have people come together on a dance floor and completely let go. Because dancing, and this is a fact, is like one of the best forms of exercise and to give us the most incredible feels and it's just vibrations. I mean, it's all extremely positive. And so I think it is just such a great gift. And watching people come together, I'd call it a collective joy. And it really can be. And one thing that's also so amazing is that when you start to do it, because often we'll do it like I don't drink alcohol, but when you do it sober, and you are so present in that moment. You are feeling every bit of vibration and energy. Clearly, you're feeling it so clearly. Nothing can really actually match that feeling. It's just such a beautiful thing. You walk away with this immense joy in your heart, in your soul, in your mind, in your body, in your being. Every bit of cell that you have is like, I always like picture these little cells like dancing like this. But it is such a gift. I can't even explain it. I'm incredibly grateful that I'm able to do that. I'm also incredibly grateful to be able to go to any show, like that I can afford, but go to experience it. So whether it's me giving the gift of music or receiving it. How truly wonderful.
It is.
It's so wonderful. It really is.
And you light up when you talk about music. You just have that spark.
Yes,
It's just like,
it's
if I could put it into words, I feel like there's certain things that you can't even articulate, because you're just like, if I could put this feeling into words. Just to close off our conversation, please tell us your top 5 songs.
Gosh.
Top 5 songs, and then after, just also let us know how we can contact you.
Sure. Okay, this is like just a really, really hard one, because my music taste is very much all over the place, and often my problem at the moment is that I'm listening to a lot of North African artists. And I, for the life of me, now you've put me on the spot, I can't remember any of their names. I can picture their albums. Like in my head, I can picture them. But I like...
Should we narrow it?
No, even if you narrow it down, I'm not even going to, because I'm just going to like throw out things that, I can just, I'll say Salif Keita. And Cesario Avoria. I'm just trying to think of just songs that I absolutely love. Fela Kuti. I'm not giving specific songs. I just love these artists. And then a very special person for me is Bongaziwe Mabandla.
Oh, yes.
And he's just brought out a new album that I've been listening to. I'm so bad with song names, because I'll just be like, I love this song. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I love this one. And I love this one. And there was, there's a specific, I think it's called Tina Rewan. Anyway, it's an Algerian band that I'm listening to at the moment. But what I love is that when I'm listening to songs, sometimes songs will make me extremely emotional and make me cry. And sometimes I'll be like, I can totally picture everyone dancing to this song. And it just, but I mean, that is the beauty of music. But at the moment, I just have all of these playlists of North African music that I'm just highly obsessed with. And so a lot of the time I don't even know the tracks' names. I'm just really in the flow. I'm finding just the instrumentation and the musicality of it just really beautiful, and the rhythms and the drumming. And I mean, that's why it's just such a magical thing to be able to live in South Africa as well as Africa. In the fact that, sure, we're so blessed. What a gift that we have. Incredible musicians, incredible, incredible rhythms and instruments. And I'm pretty obsessed. That all I want to do is travel around Africa. This is my dream, is to travel around Africa, hear people's stories, listen to music, and be in just really beautiful spaces and have that time. So I'm sorry I couldn't narrow it down to exact things, but I gave you some artists that maybe you can check out and see. I did my best.
The fact that you're a DJ.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to ask as well, do you have a song for the season? Just one song for your current season in life?
One song for the season. So now I'm like trying to think. There's this piano track that I really, really love, and now I can't think of the name. You know, when I can see it on my USB, I can see it exactly which folder it is, which number it is.
Yeah. I'm a piano. That means
yes,
we are cruising nicely. This is your season.
It's just a beautiful. There's actually a few of them, but definitely, like for me, I'm a piano. I mean, it's just exploding all around the world. But there's very specific ones where the vocals. I'm going to sound like such a terrible DJ that I can't think of this name. Of the name, there's like about 3 of these tracks that I really, really love playing. Just the vocals and the harmonizations with the music. Maybe I'll remember and I'm going to text it to you and you can put it at the bottom of the screen.
In the description.
I'm like, Bing. I can picture it. Ben. Is it Bengula? Bing. It's not going to come to me. I can like completely see it. But anyway, and I can even see the singles, when it pops up on my screen. Anyway, just for me, I think Amapiano is going to take us. I mean, it already has. It's taken us places, but yeah, it definitely is. The more really beautiful vocals, that's soulful, that you can like play it on a dance floor anytime during the night, in the afternoon, in the morning. It's just really, really magical. Yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means you're in a really good space right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So how do we get a hold of you?
I'm pretty much Catherine Grenfell on all social media. So Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Catherine Grenfell, CATHGRENFELL. That's my handle. And I'm around spreading joy and reminding you to be grateful about life. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. It's such a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
What an honor it is to have you here.
Yeah. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed.
I did. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It really is such an honor to be here because you are incredibly amazing and brave in terms of writing your thoughts. What a gift. What an amazing thing. And now speaking to people, it's beautiful. Yeah. I can't believe it's the same girl that I'm seeing. Just a reminder that when I saw you, you were so nervous at that book club, the silent book club, and now I can just feel this confidence is growing, and what you are believing in, and what you are standing for, and what you are putting out into the universe is truly magnificent.
Sure.
So well done to you.
Thank you so much. Sure, that day I was just quartered to cry. And people kept on asking me questions.
Yes.
I was feeling so nervous.
Yeah.
But I love how you guys just supported me, showed me so much support and love.
Yeah.
And I will forever be grateful for that.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, just engage with us. If you're looking for me on Instagram, Keswa_Nonhlanhla, and this podcast is titled Patterns, the book series podcast, and then it's part of the growing channel that is titled or named Glory to God. Just to leave you with a little nugget from the book Patterns. It's in page 29 of the book. We purge the external pressures that have shaped our view of self, especially those that define matters of the core for us, like what beauty is, what peace is, what happiness looks like, and who has the right to be. Until next time, Enkosi.